the Chargers went ahead and said, we have moved. And the reason why we now know that they have moved is they put out a press release. They publicly shamed the kid. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Why would they do something like that?
Well, Rich, I can see the smile on your face, and it would be a mocking little teasing smile. And perhaps it comes with an eye roll, because, of course, I worked for someone for almost 30 years who was not averse to taking things public that, let's just say, perhaps I thought should not be taken public.
Yes.
So I do realize the irony in what I'm about to say, which is I think it is very unfortunate that the team made the matter public. And again, before all your zillions and zillions of followers say, hey, we're calling, I don't want to use a bad word on your air, but, we're calling her on that. Al used to do that all the time. That's right. But that doesn't make it right. Here's what my guess is, that there's some pull and push and some push me, pull you within the Charger organization, because there's two issues. They're dealing with their normal business of football, and they're working hard to achieve a stadium solution in San Diego. And I really do believe that after the vote went in favor of Stan Kroenke and the Inglewood project, and the Chargers went back to San Diego, that all of their efforts to get a new deal in San Diego done have been good faith, legitimate, real efforts. And I believe they do want to stay in San Diego. And my hunch is, just knowing the way things work in the NFL in general, I'm not suggesting I know this is what happened in the Charger organization. This is my educated conjecture. Somewhere there's someone saying, hey, for purposes of the work we're doing to try to achieve that stadium vote in November, we have to position the team well publicly on this issue. I think that was ill-advised, and I think it's backfired. But my guess is, and that's all it is that the motivation were the business issues, not the football issues.
Amy Trask joining me here on The Rich Eisen Show. That's why you're a perfect guest, not somebody coming off the bench, Amy, for something like this sort of thing, is because you are not only a veteran of ownership, but a veteran of a front office, and an ownership that had stadium issues, everything that's going on. So are you saying that the reason why they're holding firm on deferring some of this money is to look money conscious in the world of somebody saying you don't need my money to build a stadium? Is that why they're deferring firm on this?
I don't think that at all.
Okay.
I simply think that again, in my estimation, there may well have been someone who's handling stadium PR that pushed to release this player matter publicly.
I see.
That's my guess.
So then why? What's the issue? What's the issue about not giving him the money all in 2016? Like Ronnie Stanley's getting all his money in 20. I know it's not my money, but I mean, it's there, right? It's not like the Chargers don't have the cash, Amy.
Irrespective of different teams have different cash flow, cash needs. All of that aside, the amount that I understand is being deferred is within the scheme of things a rounding error. And, while I'm loath to refer to several $1 million as a rounding error, just on principle, that buys a lot of ice cream, Rich. Yes. I want to be judicious and not say, or I don't want to be cavalier and suggest a couple $1 million as a rounding error. But in the scheme of cash flow for a team, it's a de minimis amount. So I don't know why the Chargers are insistent on that deferral, but I do know that were it that would be a great way to compromise, let the player save some face so that he can say, all right, I'll compromise on the offset language. And by the way, I don't know if he or his agents will compromise on the offset language, but giving him something so that he can save some face is a good idea. And as to your point that, the press release soured the relationship,
yeah.
If that young man joins the team, the first time he sacks that quarterback, makes a big play, forces a turnover, recovers a turnover, the crowd is going to embrace him, and people have short memories.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.